Thank you for talking with me. What can you tell us about the atmosphere at Woodlawn High School right after Hae Min Lee disappeared?
It was chaotic. Everyone was scared. Hae was well-liked. She was smart, friendly, always smiling. When she didn't show up for track practice that day, people immediately knew something was wrong.
Did you ever hear anything about Adnan Syed and Hae's relationship before the murder?
They had broken up a few months earlier. It seemed pretty normal at first, but after she went missing, a lot of rumors started flying. Some people said Adnan was still obsessed with her. Others said they were fine.
And what about Jay Wilds? His testimony was the main evidence used to convict Adnan. Did you know him?
Everybody knew Jay. He was the kind of guy who was always around. When he suddenly became the star witness, a lot of us thought it was strange. His story kept changing. One day he said one thing, the next day it was different.
So in your opinion, do you think the right person was convicted?
Honestly, I don't know. A lot of people at school didn't think Adnan did it. And after all these years, we still don't know who.
On the afternoon of January 13th, 1999, senior Hae Min Lee left Woodlawn High School in Baltimore just as classes ended. She had a routine afternoon ahead, picking up her younger cousin from daycare before starting her shift at a local lens crafter's. She never arrived at either destination. This is her official post-mortem examination report. Nearly a month after she vanished, a passerby discovered her body in the woods of Leakin Park. The medical examiner determined the cause of death was manual strangulation, documenting injuries that suggested a struggle. The nature of the crime and the age of the victim put the Baltimore Police Department under intense pressure to find a suspect. It was an environment where any early theory could quickly become the only theory. Investigators looked first at the people closest to Hae. They quickly focused on her 17-year-old ex-boyfriend, Adnan Syed. Detectives developed a motive based on the couple's recent breakup, framing the murder as a crime of passion committed by a teenager struggling with rejection. Adnan was arrested 6 weeks after Hae's disappearance. In 2000, a jury found him guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and robbery. The conviction was treated as a definitive resolution. For more than 20 years, this remained the official, unchallenged version of what happened that afternoon in Baltimore. The state's case against Adnan relied on two main components: the testimony of an acquaintance named Jay Wilds and records from a nearby cell phone tower. Jay provided the primary accusation, testifying that Adnan showed him Hae's body in a car's trunk and then forced him to help with the burial. However, Jay's statements to the police were inconsistent. Between his first interview and the trial, his description of where he saw the body and the timing of the murder changed repeatedly. His trial testimony contains a chronological conflict. Jay swore under oath he was at a house until 3:40 p.m., but claimed he was in a car with Adnan by 3:21 p.m. To accept this, one must ignore that Jay was in two places at once. When a witness provides a timeline that contradicts physical reality, it suggests their account may have been adjusted to align with an external narrative rather than actual memory. To back up Jay's changing story, detectives turned to Adnan's cell phone records from the day of the disappearance. Prosecutors highlighted two incoming calls that connected to a radio tower near Leakin Park. They told the jury this was scientific proof that Adnan was at the burial site. But the phone company's own records included a fax cover sheet with a specific warning. It stated that location data for incoming calls was unreliable for determining a phone's actual position. That warning was never shown to the jury. It wasn't even shown to the prosecution's own technical expert before he testified. This evidence remained hidden for years until the podcast Serial and journalist Sarah Koenig began re-examining the case files in 2014. The technical evidence wasn't a neutral confirmation of the facts. It was a curated set of data points used to support an existing theory. In 2022, the state of Maryland took the unusual step of filing a motion to vacate Adnan Syed's conviction. Prosecutors admitted to Brady violations, meaning they had failed to disclose evidence about two other suspects who were known to the police back in 1999. One of those suspects had specifically threatened Hae Min Lee's life, telling a witness he would make her disappear. These alternative suspects had criminal histories involving sexual assault and ties to career criminals in the Baltimore area. Along with the discovery of these hidden files, investigators finally performed modern touch DNA testing on Hae's clothing and shoes. The results showed DNA from multiple people, but none of it belonged to Adnan Syed. Because these leads were not pursued in 1999, Adnan Syed spent 23 years in prison, while other potential suspects avoided investigative scrutiny. After 23 years, Adnan was released, and in 2025, a judge formally reduced his sentence to the time he had already served. But the exoneration of one man does not change the fact that Hae Min Lee's murder remains an open case. The focus on a single suspect early in the investigation meant that other possibilities were never fully explored. It resulted in a legal resolution that took decades to correct, while the person responsible remained outside the reach of the law. When investigators prioritize a theory over the facts, they risk more than a wrongful conviction. They risk letting the actual killer vanish into the shadows forever.
We will see you guys on the next episode of Case Files Threat Detectives.